Lesson 2, Homemade Pasta and Classic Italian Sauces. In this second lesson of our Italian cooking course, we will immerse ourselves in the art of making homemade pasta and preparing classic Italian sauces. The combination of freshly made pasta and simple yet flavorful sauces is the foundation of Italian cuisine. By the end of this lesson, you will have learned how to make pasta from scratch and create three iconic sauces: sugo al pomodoro, tomato sauce; pesto alla genovese, basil pesto; and aglio e olio, garlic and oil. The art of homemade pasta. Why make pasta at home? While store-bought pasta is convenient and readily available, nothing compares to the taste and texture of fresh, homemade pasta. The process of making pasta from scratch is both rewarding and fulfilling. Homemade pasta has a light, delicate texture that absorbs sauces beautifully, creating a harmonious balance of flavors. Furthermore, it connects you to a rich culinary tradition that has been passed down through generations in Italy. Ingredients for homemade pasta. The ingredients for fresh pasta are minimal and straightforward. You'll need 00 flour. This finely milled flour is commonly used in Italy for pasta making. It creates a smooth, elastic dough. If you can't find 00 flour, all-purpose flour can be used as a substitute. Eggs. Fresh, high-quality eggs are essential for a rich and flavorful dough. A common ratio is 1 egg for every 100 grams of flour. Salt, optional. A pinch of salt can be added to enhance the flavor of the pasta. Basic recipe for homemade pasta. Ingredients: 200 grams of 00 flour, or all-purpose flour, 2 large eggs, a pinch of salt, optional. Instructions: prepare the dough. On a clean surface, form a mound with the flour and create a well in the center. Crack the eggs into the well and add a pinch of salt if desired. Mix the ingredients. Using a fork, whisk the eggs, gradually incorporating flour from the edges of the well. As the dough comes together, use your hands to form it into a ball. Knead the dough. Knead the dough for about 10 minutes until it becomes smooth and elastic. If it's too sticky, add more flour. If it's too dry, dampen your hands and continue kneading. Rest the dough. Wrap the dough in plastic wrap and let it rest at room temperature for at least 30 minutes. This resting period allows the gluten to relax, making it easier to roll out. Roll out the dough. After resting, divide the dough into smaller portions. Roll each portion out using a rolling pin or a pasta machine until it's thin enough to see your hand through it. Cut the pasta into your desired shape, such as fettuccine, tagliatelle, or pappardelle. Cook the pasta. Fresh pasta cooks quickly, usually in about 2-3 minutes. Cook it in a large pot of boiling, salted water until al dente, then drain and toss with your favorite sauce. Tips for perfect homemade pasta. Practice makes perfect. Don't be discouraged if your first attempt isn't perfect. The more you practice, the better you'll get at handling the dough and rolling it out. Experiment with shapes. Once you're comfortable with basic shapes, try making stuffed pasta like ravioli or tortellini. Flour is needed. If the dough sticks to the surface, lightly dust it with flour. However, avoid using too much flour, as this can dry out the pasta. Classic Italian sauces. With homemade pasta in hand, it's time to explore the classic sauces that will elevate your dishes. In this section, we'll focus on 3 iconic sauces: sugo al pomodoro, tomato sauce; pesto alla genovese, basil pesto; and spaghetti aglio e olio, garlic and oil. Each sauce is simple, yet they embody the essence of Italian cooking. Sugo al pomodoro, tomato sauce. Tomato sauce is perhaps the most recognizable Italian sauce. When made with ripe, flavorful tomatoes, it's sweet, tangy, and incredibly satisfying. This sauce is versatile and pairs well with various pasta shapes. Ingredients: 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic, minced 1 can, 400 grams of San Marzano tomatoes, or 5-6 fresh, ripe tomatoes, peeled and chopped, a pinch of sugar, optional, to balance acidity, salt and pepper to taste, fresh basil leaves. Instructions: heat the oil. In a skillet, heat the olive oil over medium heat. Add the minced garlic and sauté until fragrant, about 1-2 minutes, being careful not to let it brown. Add the tomatoes. If using fresh tomatoes, blanch them in boiling water for a minute, then peel and chop. Add the tomatoes to the skillet, season with salt and pepper, and stir. If the tomatoes are too acidic, a pinch of sugar can help balance the flavors. Simmer the sauce. Let the sauce simmer on low heat for about 20-30 minutes, stirring occasionally. This allows the flavors to meld and the sauce to thicken. For a smoother texture, you can blend the sauce with an immersion blender. Finish with basil. Just before serving, stir in torn fresh basil leaves. This adds a lovely aroma and freshness to the sauce. Serve. Toss the cooked pasta with the sauce, adding a splash of reserved pasta water if needed to achieve your desired consistency. Pesto alla genovese, basil pesto, originating from Genoa. Pesto is a vibrant sauce made from fresh basil, garlic, pine nuts, and Parmigiano Reggiano. It's perfect for pasta, sandwiches, or as a dip. Ingredients: 2 cups of fresh basil leaves, 1/4 cup of pine nuts, or walnuts, 1/2 cup of grated Parmigiano Reggiano, 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic, salt and pepper to taste. Instructions: toast the pine nuts. In a dry skillet, lightly toast the pine nuts over medium heat until golden. Be careful not to burn them. Blend the ingredients. In a food processor, combine the toasted pine nuts, garlic, and basil. Pulse until finely chopped. Add cheese and oil. Add the grated Parmigiano Reggiano and pulse again. While the food processor runs, slowly drizzle in the olive oil until the pesto is smooth. Season and serve. Taste the pesto and adjust seasoning with salt and pepper. If it's too thick, add a little water or more oil. Toss with cooked pasta, using reserved pasta water to help it coat evenly. Aglio e olio, garlic and oil. Spaghetti aglio e olio is the epitome of Italian simplicity. With just garlic, olive oil, and chili flakes, this dish is quick to prepare and packed with flavor. Ingredients: 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 4 cloves of garlic, thinly sliced, 1/2 teaspoon of red chili flakes, adjust to taste, salt to taste, fresh parsley, chopped, optional. Instructions: heat the oil. In a large skillet, heat the olive oil over medium-low heat. Add the sliced garlic and chili flakes, sauté gently until the garlic turns golden, about 2 minutes. Be careful not to burn the garlic. Cook the pasta. Meanwhile, cook the spaghetti in a pot of salted boiling water until al dente. Reserve some pasta water before draining. Combine pasta and sauce. Add the drained spaghetti to the skillet, tossing to coat with the garlic and oil. If the pasta seems dry, add a bit of reserved pasta water. Serve. Season with salt and sprinkle with fresh parsley if desired. Enjoy immediately. Pairing pasta with sauce. Understanding how to pair different pasta shapes with sauces enhances the overall dining experience. Here are some classic pairings. Long, thin pasta, spaghetti or linguine pair well with lighter sauces like aglio e olio or tomato sauce. Short, chunky pasta, shapes like penne or rigatoni are best with thicker sauces that cling to the pasta. Wide pasta, fettuccine or tagliatelle are excellent for creamy sauces or ragu, as they can hold the sauce well. Stuffed pasta, ravioli or tortellini are often served with light sauces to allow the filling to shine. Conclusion: in this lesson, we've covered the essentials of making homemade pasta and preparing 3 classic Italian sauces. Remember that the beauty of Italian cooking lies in simplicity and quality ingredients. Practice your pasta making skills, experiment with different sauces, and enjoy the process of creating delicious, authentic Italian meals. In our next lesson, we will explore more complex dishes and techniques, taking your culinary skills to new heights. Buon appetito!